Hey everyone. So I wanted to make a video just to show off something that I just recently learned, and is something that I've wanted to do in my code and in my projects for a pretty long time. Uh, so what I'm going to show you here is how you can take a data structure or a struct, and you can do an autocast to another type, even if the the types are incompatible. So I'm going to be showing you how to create basically a custom conversion function for your code. But to begin with, I'm going to just show you how this is done. So in this project here, you can see that I have this blueprint panel here open. I have a structure. I'm going to make, it's called generation coordinate. So here you can see that I have a struct, just a regular struct. And if I go into C++, I can show you this is just a regular struct here called generation pixel coordinates. This is for another tutorial that I'm working on. But you can see that this has two properties here. It has an integer and another integer that are both kind of initialized here, and nothing else. So in a lot of cases, what you'd want to do is you're just debugging something or something like that. You'd want to be able to do something like print string, and you just want to get this on some sort of a more comfortable format. So if I say like add some numbers in here, normally if I just make one of the other structs here, generation, normally if you have like this the data here, like you wouldn't be able to print this out because the generation pixel data structure isn't compatible. But with the code that I'm going to be showing you now, you can actually drag and drop this this struct here. You can drag and drop it into the print node. It creates this kind of conversion node or cast node, and then you actually get a value out of here that you've formatted yourself. And this is pretty similar to, for example, if we make a vector, for example. I mean, a vector by default isn't really something that you should be able to print because it's not a string, but you can plug it in here. So you get the same here, and you can converts the vector value over to the form. So it's more readable and things like that. So in this video, I'm hoping to be able to show you how you can do this with your own kind of custom data formats and custom data sets. So let's check it out. So first, I'm just going to do this from the start. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make a new C++ class, and I'm just going to make an actor. We're not going to be using the actor itself. I'm just going to make something so that it can keep my struct in there. So my actor with the custom struct, and I'm going to create this. And now you can see that I'm also trying to keep my yeah, let's see. Yeah, so the Unreal is now compiling this because I added a new struct here. Live coding reloaded this, so I'm gonna I think I'm gonna reload this anyway. Let's see. So here I was here in the background you can see some of the code that I was trying to figure this out. Like I really like to search the engine a lot when to play this again. I like to search the engine code for examples of like when I'm trying to do stuff like this. So we have these two files here. My actor with a custom struct, like this is the CPP file, and then my actor with the custom struct is here. So the first thing that we're going to do while this is starting up, let's go back to C++ here. I'm just going to make my new struct here, and I do that by typing in ustruct, and I'm going to make it a blueprint type. So this is the kind of decorator, I think this is called, struct my printable struct, and it has to start with F as an Unreal convention, and then we go over here, generated. So normally I just copy this from some other code, but I'm trying to just show how this is done. So it has to have this this line here in the beginning, and then we just start making our properties. So so we can do the similar thing as before. We can do an int 32 first value, and this is going to have to be an u property. Here we go. So Visual Studio really likes to fight me with the formatting. I'm pretty sure you can do it in a better way. So I'm going to do the U property. The first value is going to be blueprint, read, write, and edit anywhere. And let's do a string here as well. So custom string, and we'll do the same here. It needs the U property here. All right, so now we have a struct, and this struct is a blueprint type, so we can use it in blueprints. It's blueprint read and write, so you can modify it in a blueprint, and it's called edit anywhere, which I think is required for editing it anywhere. So let's go back in here, compile our code. So I'm pressing the live coding button, so I don't have to restart this every time, which is kind of cool. So now I'm just gonna jump into, I'm pretty sure I can even make an instance of our new class. So it was called my actor with a custom struct. So I'm not gonna use that because the actor itself doesn't really matter in this example. I just used it to get some place to put the code. So I'm just gonna make another, just an empty actor. So I'm gonna call it my bp underscore my empty actor here. So I just need an area for the blueprint code. Okay, so, and let's get rid of all of this. So, and this is not correct. Let's align this. Here we go. Where did the editor go? Here it is. Like so and like so. I hope this was aligned correctly. All right, so let's double check what we called our we called it my printable struct, and see if we can make it. So we're going to make my printable struct, and so here you can see that it has a value. So have the value be 32, for example, and this is a cool text. All right, so I'm adding a print string node here, and as you can see, I can't plug anything in. So let's write the code that allows us to do this. And this was something that I had to see. There were many web pages and stuff where when I was trying to figure this out. But let's take a look in the C code here. So what we need to do here is we need to create a function library, a blueprint function library. So I'm just going to go to the end of my file. I'm going to make a U class like so. It's going to be called, it's going to be class. I'm going to call it U my awesome function library, and it inherits from a blueprint function library. Here we go, and open and close, and this needs all of the kind of the boilerplate stuff here. Just gonna copy this in here. All right, so we also need to add the header file. So go here, Kismet. So you can find this if you just look for the, this is not, we're gonna get a linker error if you don't add this here at the top. All right, so so now here is the key. We make a new function. We're making our conversion function now. So we need to make a static function in this blueprint library with a correct kind of naming convention. And this naming convention, so basically it looks like this. So it needs to be public. So because it needs to be accessible anywhere. So it's a U function. It needs to be blueprint pure. It needs to be a pure function. It has to have the meta, so it doesn't need a display name, but I like to have a display name, and I give it, let's call it convert to string. And after that, we can do compact note title. Which I thought was kind of cool. You can do this. And because this is the kind of the cast in the editor, and then it needs to have blueprint autocast, like so, and then the category, I don't know if this is needed, category. So I like to have the category be the same as the name here of my struct. So so this is searchable. Okay, so now we've written the whole kind of U function, like all of the things that have to be in the function that we're going to be creating. And let's see. So, and now we create the actual function itself. So it's static f string, because we're converting something to a string. So it needs to return a string. And this is the naming convention that matters. It's called conf. and then it's the name of the structure, the data type, which is this one here. We remove the f because f is something that we add from like this is an Unreal thing, and then we do to, and then we do string. And as an argument, this takes in this here, to struct. All right, like so. So now we've done all of the, so now this has been kind of configured to the way that, so we can just do it like this so it's more readable. Here we go, like this. It doesn't look great, but just for readability, do we do this? This doesn't matter. Anyway, so you can see kind of clearly what kind of parts are needed. So now we can go into the CPP file here, and we can basically just define this, kind of make an implementation, I think it's called, of this. This is f string, so it returns a string, and then it takes in the this one here. Here we go. Okay. And what this will do now, we can just start by making it return this is awesome. Let's see, let's go away. And this should be like this. Okay, so so now we've implemented this kind of conversion function here, and it just returns a string called this is awesome. So just to make sure that everything kind of compiles, we go in here. Does not probably, yeah, okay, maybe I can't do this. Just oh, so we open, yeah, we need to close and close. I mean, is this still wrong? Okay, we open and we open, and we close and we close. Okay, let's see if it's just compile this one more time. I don't know if the this actually matters, but okay, so there's something wrong. Error found. So there's something here that is wrong. Display name meta. Yeah, sorry, meta. So it should be meta equals. So this is the bug. So now we recompile, and everything is great. We go into our empty actor now, and now we have our struct here. And now when we plug it in here, you can see that it automatically creates this kind of conversion function for me. So let's just create a new empty level here, just an empty level. Let's add our actor just to get the code running and begin play. And let's hook it up to begin play, and let's see what happens. So you should be able to see that it prints out this is awesome. Here we go, which is really nice. But basically what this means that is that we've made the conversion function itself. So now all we have to do is we have to make something useful in here. And instead of returning this is awesome, we can say return, or you can add all sorts of logic. We can do the struct dot, let's see, what was the string called? Yeah, so it was called my custom, my string that I like. Okay, and then we can do my string that I like, and we can say space, and then we can do convert the int from integer, and then we do struct first value here, like so. So now we've actually made a little bit of a code, a little code here that takes the struct here and does some formatting with it. So you could just as easily like convert this to JSON or something like that if you wanted to do that. So just to wrap this up, so basically what you can do now is you recompile. Here we go, and we should just be able to play it again. And okay, so probably, yeah, because I changed the struct, so I'm gonna make my printable struct here, and this is the string, and give this a number. We plug this in here, and now that we play, we get, this is the string dash 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 21. So yeah, this was a pretty useful way, I think, to make your kind of code easier to use. And you don't always have to be converting to string, which is also pretty cool. You can do more complex casts. So if you wanted to add numbers together and do things like that, you can totally do that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to share this. So if you like these kind of videos, definitely subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you see something that's wrong. Let me know in the comments, or if you just like it. Thanks.